All right, good evening everyone, and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing, and we are back here once again to open up another season in this amazing league. It's the Platinum class, the top tier of TCR, showing us for the first time what they can do on this new game and also in this new season. Welcome everyone to Season 14. This is the season opener, and we are starting off round 1 here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache in Interlagos, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Welcome, and let's see what kind of action we're gonna get here tonight. We've already had 2 races in this season in the silver class and the golden class, and so far both of them have been wet and very complex and very difficult to finish. So let's see if that's going to be the case here tonight in the platinum class. But in the booth with you guys tonight is myself, Blind Machine, and I am so happy and so excited to be back. I think you can hear it in my voice. I can barely get my words together. So yeah, big shout out to everybody who's already watching, and of course a very special shout out to this very special person in the booth with me here tonight. It's no other than, once again, it's Mr. Sensation. Welcome to Season 14.
Thank you, Blend. Blend from a brother from another mother. What's going on, man?
As I said, you know, I can barely hold myself back. I'm just super excited and happy to be here. How you feeling?
Oh, I feel pretty good. You know, new season, new beginnings. Everybody's in first place right now, so all that's going to change in just a matter of a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be one hell of a race and one hell of a season. But yeah, as I mentioned, we are at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache in Brazil at Interlagos, as this track is better known. Got some very famous corners around this track. It's a very quick one. It's fast, it's technical. It's also very nice for racing. There's going to be some good overtaking here tonight. I'm pretty sure of that. Even though there's not really huge straights anywhere or any big DRS zones, you know, compared to some other tracks on the calendar, this track always delivers side-by-side action. Mr. Sensation, what do you think that's down to?
Oh, well, it's going to be coming down to who's the fastest, who has the best setup, and a little bit of luck.
All right, sounds like a pretty good recipe as we're watching Seafreeze trying to make his way around this track. He did post a purple sector 1 as he makes his way around turn 7. Okay. And diving now, or sorry, that was turn 10 actually, and diving now into turn 11. And into 12 in just a second. Let's see that sector time. It is a purple sector 2 as well as he makes his way through Yunsao. And that's turn 13. And now into the pit climb, the Subida dos Boxes. Let's see as he comes across the line. Is this going to be the new provisional pole position? It is not, unfortunately. It's a 107.891 compared to Forzan, currently on that provincial pole with a 107.595. And look at this, in second position right now is Elifar Adakov, one of the only, I think, 2 brand new drivers to this platinum class. So he's already kicking things off very quickly.
It sounds like he has a Russian name. He's from Russia?
I have no idea, but I can tell you that he's from the same league team that B-Tom races in.
Okay.
So he's definitely got some pace. B-Tom right now has not set a lap. He's actually just about to finish his first hot lap around this track as he is about to cross the line, and he is going to go replace Seafreeze in P3 with a 107.739. So Forzan and Adakov still holding on to those top positions. It's still early in qualifying. I think we've still got over 10 minutes.
That's
so
still early
we'll see how
days.
things play out.
So, you think, well, so far it looks like from 6 down to 13, we got some times that are pretty close. You think you think everybody would be like pretty close to each other, or you think it might be a little bit of space?
It is so hard to say at this moment. I mean, we are on a brand new game. We are in a brand new league and a brand new roster, brand new season. Everything is kind of new. I mean, I think it's going to be close. There's definitely no doubt about it. But how close is it going to be? That's going to be really the question here tonight. As let's watch on board here with Ecos Verstappen making his way through the Senna S of turn 1 and 2. And getting a pretty nice line there on the exit. Opens up the DRS as he makes his way over to the Reto Oposta and into the Sida del Lago. Doing quite well through there. Upcoming is the Ferradura, the horseshoe. And you can see exactly why it's named that. That shape very much reminds you of a horseshoe as you now jump into the Piñarino, the pine tree. And making your way into my favorite corner name here is Pico de Pato, which means the dog's beak.
Oh.
Into Mergulio, turn 11 the dive, and then Yunsao, the junction of turn 12. And only turn 13 and 14 to go, but you're going to be flat out all the way there. And this is the Subida dos Boxes, the pit climb. And then you make your way through the bleachers to finish out the lap. And that is Ecos Verstappen up into P5 with a 107.849. I tell you what, the Platinum class is straight into the 107s right off the bat. Whereas the Silver class never eventually got there. We had a 108.1 for pole position. And the Golden class only had a couple of people that touched the 107. So this is showing you why these guys are in the Platinum class, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, it does, and it is helpful to know the center section to really get that time down to into the 107s, or maybe even better if you can just nail it. But it's pretty hard. It's definitely pretty hard to do.
All right, well, we've got a really nice lineup and roster for this year. We've got some previous champions, Tasmanian Devil, or B-Tom as he's known today. He's a two-time Platinum champion and coming off a Platinum championship last season in this very league. So he's definitely riding a good wave. He's also teamed up with TCR TJ, a Season 13 Golden champion. So that's a league, that's a team of two champions there. We also have another team of two champions, which is, of course, Seafreeze, a three-time Platinum champion, and Chargers, a Season 8 Silver champion. Also a good quick stat about Chargers. He has the most points scored in the Golden class up until this moment right now. So check out the TCR stats on our website if you're interested in that kind of stuff. We've got some more champions on the grid here today. Bats Plus, Season 12 Golden Champion. So, wow, this is going to be one hell of a grid. Now, who's the most exciting driver for yourself, or is there a team that you're going to be really looking out for in the season?
That's a good question. Who do you have on each team here? Because it's so many people. I know you said TJ is I don't think he's on. I think he's available today. But I would say B Tom and same TJ or TJ. I think would be the high favorites to take the whole thing.
All right. Well, me personally, I've got some. I have some, different predictions, I guess, or different ideas.
Okay.
I think, Seafreeze has a good chance this year to challenge for the championship. 007 Professional. I've seen him in preseason, and he's very consistent. He's very consistently fast in the race. So he's got very good race pace, which I feel like this year, especially on this new game, is going to be the crucial key to winning races. You're going to have to focus and concentrate over the whole race. This year, the handling model actually makes a difference. The tire temperatures actually make a difference. And, the curbs and things like that. There's a lot of things in this new game. Yeah, lots of elements that you're gonna have to consider and and pretty much execute to their liking, to the liking of the conditions and the track and the car. It's not about who's gonna be quick on one lap pace. I think it's gonna be who's gonna have that race pace this year.
Oh,
But we're
wow.
gonna have to see because right now it looks like CPI Forza and LFR Adakov, Professional beats on Verstappen, Seafreeze, Toaster, Flip-Flop-Fish, Bats Plus, and Mebi are in your top 10. We also have a sub driver here tonight, or a reserve driver of Tebow. He is, of course, the Season 13 Silver Class champion who has made his way into the Golden Class for this season, and last night got himself a podium finish in his debut in Golden Class. So congratulations to him. He's currently sitting in 11th place, but maybe he'll be able to qualify a little bit higher than that, and he does. He goes up to an P8 with a 108.0.
Nice. Nice. And congratulations to you as well for getting the W the other night.
Yeah, thank you. That was a very, very difficult race. I think it was pretty much the same as the Golden race last night, where we had a bunch of rain that then intensifies into hard rain. So it was definitely hard to call the strategy. But yeah, I'm very lucky, I think, to have not had any spins or incidents in that race. Gonna have to practice a lot to keep this up.
Right, that's all right. That's okay.
Let's jump on board here with Stanley. He is making his way through turn 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what he's going to be able to post in terms of a new time. He's currently down in P12. But overall, Stanley has done pretty good for himself in the Platinum class. He is in the top, I think, 10 or 15 in the overall total points scored in the class with 187 points. So he's definitely seen his way around the lead. He's got 1 win to his name. He's got a couple of podiums all in total. So it's time for Stanley to step it up this season and maybe challenge for a few more wins.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. You think he has the ability to get it done?
I definitely think so. Stanley, especially on this new game, has been showing a lot more pace. So I think he's got potential. Honestly, there is nobody on this grid that we can completely write off. There's a lot of skill, a lot of points, a lot of experience. So I'm excited to see how they're going to be vibing together.
well, let me ask you this then. Now, in previous games, you either see someone become quick. Have you seen anybody on this game that do the opposite? Like they were pretty much up there, pretty much elite, but then on this game, now they're taking a couple of steps backwards.
I'm not 100% sure at this moment. I think it's kind of early to say in the season. I've definitely noticed a little bit more of the opposite.
Okay.
I guess maybe a couple of people gaining a little bit of extra pace. But I guess when one person gains, right, the other one kind of loses out. So
Right.
I feel like maybe this year we're going to have a more equal roster and grid. So we're going to have a lot more closer racing between these Platinum guys. Honestly, when I saw the roster, I kind of freaked out because how do you predict anything with a roster like this? Anything could literally happen. All of these guys are extremely fast. They all have experience. Apart from the brand new guys that have just come in and we don't really know about them yet, everyone else on this grid has definitely scored points before in this class. They have finished races in this class. It's gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna have one of the best seasons that we've ever seen in the Platinum class. And right now we're coming to the finishing moments here of qualifying. We have a minute and a half. We have pretty much the whole grid getting ready for a fast lap. Seafreeze is starting his right now, making his way through turn 1 and 2. Not looking extremely fast, and he doesn't have any battery for some reason. So I don't think he's going for a fast lap. I think that might have been his fast lap. He's going to try and recover some battery. B-Tom is about to start his last hot lap around here. It's surprising to see that the champion of last season in the Platinum class, he's down in P6 in qualifying right now. And Forza and Adakov and Verstappen in the top 3 still holding down those positions. Forza is right behind. B-Tom started his hot lap right now as well. Adakov is on an out lap and Verstappen is already doing his hot lap right now. Let's see B-Tom into Sector 1. He is 1/10 of a second quicker through Sector 1, but not purple. Let's see how he's going to do through the next 3 corners here into turn 6 and 7 and into turn 8 and 9. He's keeping it nice and tight. He's getting really good traction on that car, but maybe he's turned up the wings a little bit too high, and maybe that's where he's losing out time on the straights, bringing it down to the finish. But in through the corners, he's doing an absolutely amazing job here as he comes to South, and now he's on the finishing straight, so to speak, even though it's not very straight, but you can be completely flat out here, and you're gonna have the DRS open now. B-Tom, previous champion of this league, double champion, crosses the line, only good enough for P4 in round 1 qualifying. Verstappen crosses right behind him. He's only going to be good enough for P3. Adakov, Forzan. I think Forzan has crashed somewhere, because Forzan has just retired from the qualifying session. Adakov is going into the pits. He's not going to improve either. So can Forzan hold on to it? 007 Professional, I think he's still on the hot lap right now. He's got 40% battery. Yeah, he's definitely going for it. And he's coming down into turn 12 and 13 of South. He makes it through there. He only needs to make it down to the line. We haven't seen his times through the sectors, unfortunately. He opens up the DRS. He's about to cross the line now. Is he going to improve from P5? He does not. He stays in P5. I think it's going to be Forzan on the pole position for round 1 of season 14 in the Platinum class of a TCR, and Adakov on P2 with Verstappen in P3, B-Tom in P4. Wow, that is going to be very interesting. Some of the newer guys throwing in some curveballs over here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right, let's run through this grid. Forzan and Adakov on the front row. Verstappen and B-Tom on the second row. Professional and Mebi in 5th and 6th. Toaster and Flip Flop Fish in 7th and 8th. Seafreeze and Just Jose in 9th and 10th. And then you're going to have Bats Plus in 11th. Tebow in 12th. Dreamzy in 13th. Stanley in 14th. Cali Rob in 15th. Cam 16th. Sequit is going to be 17th. Chatty Duck in 18th place. Captain Blade in 19th, and McChicken in 20th. All right,
yeah.
So we do have some reserve drivers here tonight because Captain Blade and one more of those guys were not supposed to be on the roster, as long as I know, but
Okay.
yeah, I think they might be substituting. I think Sequit is also a reserve driver here tonight. And
Yeah,
funny enough, we actually have Sequit in the booth with us. Quick word with you, Sequit. Are you reserving?
Yeah, I'm reserving.
All right, perfect. That's all we needed to hear. Any word on strategy? What do you think you're going to run for the race?
I don't know, because I was not supposed to be starting back here, so
Right.
I have no idea. The car just
Alright.
had no grip, so I'm just going to figure it out. But mediums is looking the way to go to hards.
Well, good luck to you in the
Okay.
race, and we'll see how you can do. But yeah, what do you think Sensation is going to be a good strategy for today? Of course, with the new rules that we have for the tires, we can start on whatever tire you like. So what would
Right.
you do in this situation?
Actually, me personally, I would go to the hards, then the mediums. That's just me. But for today, since it looks bone dry, you don't have to worry about the wet conditions. But there is the tire glitch, so I would say that these guys need to take it easy on this first lap since we got 5 red lights coming down.
And
just
we
play it
go
safe.
racing now in Brazil for round 1 of the Platinum class of TCR.
Oh.
Oh, Adakov there has
it
a
is.
bunch of wheel spin, and that's going to allow Tom and Verstappen to go into P2 and P3. Adakov losing more positions all the way down to P5 and battling with 007. Professional goes around him into turn 3, and we have a yellow all around, and we have a safety car. It looks like Flip-Flop Fish is still on the grid and disqualified from the session, and Stanley is out of the race. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Stanley because we didn't see any major incidents as far as I can tell.
He spun and just, I think he just floored it too much, and you know, the tires are already cold. As I was mentioning, the tire glitch, so you have to take it easy on this first one.
Absolutely, and it looks like even before we got into turn 1, we have 2 guys that are not going to finish this race. That is Flip-Flop Fish in the McLaren and Stanley in the Aston Martin. They are going to be out of this race already. But we still got 18 runners. We are under the safety car at this moment. And we're just watching the grid kind of going around to catch up with the safety car, which is into the entry into turn 4. So that was an interesting start. We kind of didn't really get to start. We only got 3 corners, and then the safety car came out. We're going to have a few laps under the safety car, and then we're going to go again. But what do you think about the starts there? Looks like some people have lost positions. Let's take a look here at the position changes. So yeah, Adakov lost 3 positions. Tom and Professional gaining a couple each. Bats Plus gained 3. Sequit 6 positions up from where he started. And that's in a matter of 3 corners. Chatty Duck, Captain Blade, and McChicken 4 positions up. So Callie, Rob, and Cam, and Tebow, and Adakov are the only ones who have lost positions on the start. Everyone else either stayed where they were, or they gained a few. So that is pretty interesting to see. And now on lap 2, still waiting for that safety car to go back in so we can get racing. One thing to mention, Adakov is the only one on hard tires in the top 10. And then in the bottom 10, the only other person on the hards is Callie Robb. Everyone else went for the medium tires. We don't have a forecast, so we're not sure if we're going to have a dry race completely throughout. We also only have approximate forecast enabled, so it's not going to be exactly accurate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and I think that's the good thing about it. It should be unpredictable, especially for it to be Brazil, because that's how Brazil is. It's nice and sunny, and then next thing you know, here comes the rain or the opposite. So I like that in this game. That's definitely very different about it.
All right, so interesting start there in round 1 of the Platinum class. This week has been pretty interesting in terms of the racing. There's been a lot of battling, a lot of good action going on, a lot of overtaking. I'm really hoping that's going to be the case here tonight as well, but we're going to have to wait just for a little bit to actually get that show on the road. And Stephen Jones is asking, no formation lap? Unfortunately, no, because the formation lap has a bunch of glitches in it. So we have had to take it off, and so yeah, we kind of start straight from the lights. Everybody's on slightly colder tires as well.
Yeah. See guys trying to warm them up right now. That always scares me with this on this safety car, because this is where I think you really don't get enough heat in the tires, and right when the safety cars, which is about to go on the lap right now, this is where you got to be very careful. I always said this, you know, getting on the throttle, and next thing you know, you're in the wall.
All right, CPI Forzen still leading this race and about to restart us back up again. Tom in second, Verstappen in third, Professional in fourth. Let's see how this one is going to turn out. Let's jump
There
on
he
board
is.
here with Verstappen quickly. Oh, and CPI Forza goes for it, and Beatom follows, and Verstappen and the rest of the grid kind of get caught behind a little bit. Is Beatom going to be close enough for a move into turn 1? No, he's not. And he's still trying to get some temperature into the tires, showing about 75% or 75 centigrade on the wheel there. So he's going to be trying to catch up, but he's only half a second behind Forza, and Verstappen only half a second behind Beatom as well. Behind them, a lot of people close to each other. Sequit all the way up into 9th, and then there's an incident.
Oh,
Sequit is out. Dreamzy is out as well. I think just Jose got collected in that big crash between those cars. I think there was 3 or 4 cars involved in that one. So just like that, unfortunately, we lose 2 more drivers of Sequit and Dreamzy. We also have a yellow flag in Sector 2, but no safety cars for that.
Really? Oh, jeez.
Forza and Beatom and Verstappen still the top 3. Professional, Mebby, and Toaster following. Bats Plus, Seafreeze in 8th place. Captain Blade in 9th. Very close battling going on here. Another yellow sector in 2 and 3. McChicken having a little bit of an issue.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's very early days on this new game, and I think a lot of people are going to realize they need a lot more practice and figuring out how to adapt to all of these conditions, these new kind of caveats that the game is throwing at us early on. So it's going to be a very, very interesting situation to watch how these guys adapt to it and how they develop throughout the season.
Okay. So I'm getting the income message of Sequit. You're just stating that Jose kind of punted him out. He asking if he can speak. So
we'll save that to the post-race commentary, to the interviews there.
Okay.
Alright, so we're on lap 5 right now, and no safety car for that big crash that we just watched on track. Forzan still leading Beatom outside of a second behind Forzan, so he's not going to have the DRS on this particular lap. He's going to have to try and catch up a little bit. Verstappen, however, down in P3, he is going to have the DRS, and he does right now as we see that rear flap on that rear wing opening and closing on the Reta Opposta, the opposite straight. That is the name of that little bit of DRS zone that we have after turn 3. And looking down the grid here, what else do we have going on right now? Where is the battling? So at the front, Verstappen still holding on to Beatom. Mebby and Toaster are very close to each other and also close to Professional in P4. So far the Mercedes drivers are looking to be the best team out there at the moment, with Verstappen and Professional in P3 and P4. And looks like Adakov is into the pits. Adakov going into the pits after 4 laps on his hard tires. Does he have damage, or what is the reason for that? Or did he have a drive-through? That could be possibly what has happened there. But he is back on the track, and he's all the way down in 16th place. And running on 4-lap-old hard tires. So that is very confusing. How does he have 4-lap-old hard tires? I'm not sure if that is a glitch or what is going on there. But that is not really making any sense unless he uses hard tires in qualifying.
I don't think so.
Yeah, very, very weird situation there. But yeah, we lost 4 drivers already, and we're only on lap 7. Sequid, Dreamzy, Stanley, and Flip-Flop Fish. Flip-Flop Fish got disqualified. He never even made it off the line. I'm not sure if he had a disconnection or some sort of an issue, but he could not get going at the start. Verstappen still following behind Beatom, but not catching up by much. Mebe also still following behind Professional and still not really catching up either. And now Bats Plus is starting to catch up to Seafreeze, who's moved up into P7. We have a yellow in Sector 1.
That's
Adakov.
New guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Adakov retiring in the pits, I think?
It's DNF.
Yeah, he has retired in the pits after such a promising qualifying and such a promising preseason. We felt like Adakov was going to be a very good potential for some good points, but unfortunately, that is him out of the race, and that is now 5 drivers that have not made it to the end of the race here tonight. Now, just to mention to those of you who might be new or not familiar with the league just yet, these guys are all running no assists, so the only thing they're allowed to use is the racing line, and a lot of the drivers don't even use the racing line either. Looks like I think HVAC Toaster, or who is that? Or is that Seafreeze? No, that's Adakov retiring there way off the track. That was very weird.
Okay.
This game still has a lot of little glitches here and there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that patch update really hurt this game and did a lot more harm than good.
Well, if you guys are watching tonight, thank you guys so much, first of all, for tuning in to the stream. What's going on with Forzan? Forzan is slow. He's got no wing. He's got no front wing. He drops from the lead down to P5. He must have spun it somewhere and must have got some damage. HVAC Toaster's trying to get around him. Forzan is defending very, very hard right now. But he's down to P6, or sorry, to P5 from the lead. And look at that. B-Tom, your defending champion of the Platinum class, back up into the lead of the race. Ecos Verstappen in second place.
Oh, he spun it. He lost his wing.
HVAC Toaster spins it, and there's another safety car.
Watch out, watch out. Wow,
oh, luckily his car got ghosted, but yeah, he's trying to get back on the track, having a little bit of trouble there, and lap 9 brings out safety car number 2.
Oh, boy. I guess you wasn't expecting this, huh?
Yeah, definitely going to help out Forza and gives them a second chance at life in this race. We have the top 10 drivers all pitting right now. That's going to be a little bit crazy in the pit straight there. We're watching as Forza is getting his wing replaced, and he's going to be going onto the hard tires, and so is pretty much everyone else on the grid. Everyone's switching over to the hard tires. They can definitely make it for the last 23 laps or so once we get back going on the green flag racing. And the rest of the grid is going into the pits as well. Yeah, pretty much so everyone making a pit stop under the safety car. Probably the smartest thing to do.
Very smart. I like the fact that Cam K had moved up. He's in 11th. Hopefully his teammate... Oh, this is going to be interesting. Everybody's on the hard compound. His teammate is actually last. I don't know how this is going to play out. Everybody's on the hard compound. Cali Rob he's 8 laps in, so I don't know how this is going to work, man. This is going to be interesting times.
Absolutely. If you guys are watching, thank you guys so much. Again, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave some more comments, send in some more chat messages. We love hearing from you guys, and we really appreciate you watching the stream with us right now. Also, check out the links in the description of the video for things like the TCR website, where you can sign up to race in this league. If you want to be a part-time driver, a reserve driver, or a full-time driver, you can do either or. Ecos Verstappen into the pits once again. After he had just pitted onto the hard tires, he's going to be switching over to the mediums and changing his front wing. I think he might have touched somebody under the safety car and lost his front wing, or lost a part of it. But that's unfortunately going to bring Ecos Verstappen down to 13th place. Just Jose also pitting, also changing wings, putting on the soft tires. Wow, that is going to be not very helpful to those guys' races. But as I was saying there, check out the links in the description to our website. Sign up to race with us. There's also a link there to the TCR merch, which is really cool. There's some hats, pants, jerseys, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. You can even customize some of it with your racer name or gamer tag or your number, whatever you want to do with it. There's lots of different options. Check those out, and those really help out the league. Also, our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. Check out their equipment. If you're looking to get yourself some Fanatec products, make sure you use our link below the video. Alright, so we've had 2 safety cars already. We're now on lap 11 of 36. It is still nice and sunny around here. And I think we might be getting back to racing either at the end of this lap or maybe the next lap.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. Everybody changed their tires, correct?
Yeah, absolutely everyone went into the pits.
So, all right. I'm sorry, I'm like multitasking over here. Is Verstappen with 9 laps on the mediums and Just Jose on the softs? Okay. Oh no. Okay. Verstappen is going into pits.
And Just Jose also going into the pits again. So let's take a look at how many stops they've done so far. So this is going to be the 3rd stop for Jose and Verstappen.
Okay. So everybody now is on the mediums.
Everybody else is on the hards.
I mean, sorry, the hards.
And now they're on the hards as well. So Verstappen and Just Jose putting on the hard tires. I think they just needed to change their wing. So they changed over to a tire they did not want to use. So they can then pit and change back over to a tire they do want to use. Which is kind of backwards. I mean, why not just put on a hard tire and go with it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Also, one thing to mention, Cali Robb has 10 lap old hard tires compared to everybody else who's only done a lap or 2, and all of those laps that they've done were only under the safety car. So Cali Robb, a little bit of a disadvantage, but he's up in P2. If he can hold pace for a little bit, he might be able to get a pretty good position here tonight, and the safety car will be coming in on this lap. Let's jump on board with Mebe in P3, and we're going to get a good view of the restart here. Everybody trying to get some sort of temperature back into the tires. Remember, these tires came out of the pits, only had about 70 degrees of temperature on them. So they're going to need a little bit of warming up. And there goes B-Tom. And Cali Robb did not respond fast enough. So now there's a pretty big gap there. Mebe also getting a really good run on him. He's going to go for the overtake. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1 between Professional, Mebe, and Cali Robb. And it looks like Mebe is going to come out in front. Professional going to jump up into P3. And Cali Robb is going to lose a couple of positions. Seafreeze is now behind Cali Robb as well. And he's going to try and go for the overtake here into turn 4. He's going to be side by side. No, not quite.
Don't do it. I see a wing is going to be flying off of somebody.
I think that might be Chatty, like he's just dropped a couple of positions there. And yeah, might have gotten a little bit of damage. It looks like Captain Blade has just overtaken Forzan. Forzan was in the lead of the race just a couple of laps ago. Then he spun it around, got some damage, had to pit. Safety car came out, and his race is all kinds of upside down now. He's down into P7 and trying to recover whatever he can from tonight's race.
And this is definitely interesting. Well, Seafreeze moved up in the 4th.
Forzan looking for it into turn 1. Oh, he's almost ran into the back end of Captain Blade there. He was very lucky, and now he spins it around again.
Oh, man.
He's going to spin it around. He's going to have some toasty rear tires right now, and he's down to P15 from the lead, from the pole position. It is a little bit unbelievable that he is down that far, and now the switch of the AlphaTauris. Captain Blade gets in front of Cali Robb in turn 6.
Man, this is tight. This train right here, as I'm watching Bats Plus, it's a pretty tight train. I don't know, man. This looks like Look like disaster's about to happen in a couple of minutes. Boy,
We're going to keep a close eye on this train, but yeah, we've got Cali Rob, Cam, Bats, Plus, Verstappen, HVAC, Toaster, Just Jose, Tebow, Chatty Duck, and McChicken. All of them in this huge train. Look at that side-by-side there between Verstappen and Bats Plus. Verstappen is going to go ahead of Bats Plus, and he's up into P9. Bats Plus looking to fight it back. Not close enough into turn 1.
But he will have the DRS. Chicken. First penalty. 3 seconds. Ooh, look at that. HVAC Toaster, he was trying to... I think HVAC was trying to make a move.
HVAC Toaster very close to Bats Plus. This is how close the grid is going to be this season. You asked that question earlier today, Mr. Sensation. There's your answer.
Absolutely. Hopefully no more safety cars after this. But I don't know. I feel like it's coming.
Alright, looks like Verstappen is really closing up now on Cam. Cam's got a lot of experience in this league.
Oh, somebody flew. Somebody flew. There it is.
And that is Toaster. Toaster off the track in, what is that, turn 13, turn 11?
Yeah, I wonder why he flew off like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but it looks like Verstappen and Cali Rob are battling for position here in turn 1 and 2. And Verstappen is going to come out on top. He's going to get P7. Somebody spun it. It's an AlphaTauri.
Captain Blade.
It's Captain Blade. He's around and he's backwards facing into the wall. He gets back on track, but he's going to drop down to P14. Everybody's still ironing out little issues and getting to grips with their car. It's no, I can definitely relate as a driver this year on this new game and in this league. It's going to be a while before everybody's really, you know, talking to their car on the same language it likes to be talked in.
That's pretty much well put. Well, you know what's kind of funny is that Cali Rob has 14 laps on these hards, and he was just dropping back a little bit, and anybody else that's like at least 5 or 6 laps in, they're sliding all over the place. I find that kind of strange. I guess you're right, coming to grips with the car, trying to talk to it.
Verstappen with the DRS into turn 1 around the outside of Cam and up into P5 he goes. He's going to need to try and create as much of a gap as he can now. 007 Professional owned Mebby. He gets the overtake done into turn 4 and he is up another spot on the podium, up into P2, only 1.4 seconds behind B-Tom, and we've got a long way to go. We got a yellow flag. It's Just Jose. Just Jose having a momentary spin there, or just an offing. He went off the track. He's back on it again. Bats Plus down to P15 as well. What is going on? A little bit of a mess right now in this mid kind of point of the race.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's something. I don't know, man. It's they're coming to grips with that car. Ugh.
Tebow closing up on Cali Rob, the silver class champion and the podium finisher in this race last night. In the golden class, he is fighting for P7 right now in the platinum class, holding his own against the top tier, doing very well to represent both silver and the golden class here tonight. And Tebow up into P7. Very well done. Great overtake. Mebby now closing up on 007 Professional, but not going to be close enough just yet for an overtake attempt. Of course, 007 Professional just overtook Mebby a lap ago for that position.
Now, they've been on these hards for quite some time. Do you think Cali Rob might have the advantage if he pits maybe on lap 22?
I mean, if he can pit over to, I guess, the soft tire and then take those to the end, but he needs to take these hards a lot longer than that. The soft tier only work for like a maximum of 8 laps or so. But honestly, everybody else behind him, if you take a look, they're very close behind. So no matter what, he's going to be last when he comes out of the pits. So unfortunately, his strategy today probably not the optimal strategy, but unless another safety car comes out.
Right.
Chatty Duck and Cali Rob there, very close, but Chatty Duck manages to get around Cali Rob into P8. So he's up another position. Forzan down to P10, trying to recover some positions, going for an overtake here on Cali Rob. They're going to be side by side in turn 4, and Forzan manages to get that position up as well.
Yeah, it's looking all right after the safety car. Oh. McChicken was about trying to make a move. Thought about it and said, nope, I'm gonna just probably wait till I get to the that DRS detection zone and try to overtake him on there.
Alright, back to the front we go here. B-Tom 1.0 seconds behind Professional, so Professional slowly cutting in to that gap and trying to get into the DRS zone. Mebe dropping back a little bit. He was about 3 tenths behind. Now he's down to 8 tenths behind. So this is getting a lot more interesting here. And the guy who I would put all my chips on for this season, 007 Professional, is now starting to make some ground back up on B-Tom. I think in a few more laps, we're going to have a little battle for the lead coming up. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys are new to the channel, again, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave some more comments in the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight. If you have any favorite drivers, if you have any favorite teams that you want to see winning the championship this season, or anything else you want to let us know. Let us know if you have any questions for us, the commentators. Again, in the booth tonight with you is myself, Blin Machine, and with me is Mr. Sensation. So yeah, we are also experienced drivers of this league, have a little bit of wins and podiums to our names. So let us know if you want to ask us anything, or let us know if you want to see anything on screen. If there's a particular stat that you want to see, like penalties or position changes or anything else like that, as we watch another battle here between Chatty Duck and Forzan. Forzan super late on the brakes. Chatty Duck going for the switchback. They're still going to be side by side, and it looks like Forzan is going to force his way through anyways.
Hopefully Chatty Duck's luck turns around this season too, because he's pretty good. I mean, he was a former teammate of yours, if I'm not mistaken, was he?
Who is that?
Chatty Duck.
No, Chatty Duck was never my teammate, but Chatty Duck was a commentator of the silver class for a very long time.
That's what it was, okay.
Yeah, so I think he's always raced in the platinum class, if I'm not mistaken. Either golden and platinum or just platinum.
Okay.
Alright, so lap 21 of 36, and at the front, as predicted, these three guys are much closer to each other than they were a lap ago. Professional and Mebe and B-Tom are only separated by half a second between each one of them, and they're gonna have DRS to play with right now as well. Professional catching up ever so slightly, not gonna have enough space into turn 4. He's gonna be waiting for the big start-finish straight that's going to be coming up at the end of the lap to try and overtake there. Now, this is a good time to ask you guys as well, the ones that are watching the stream, what do you think in terms of the predictions for tonight's race? Because we've had multiple lead changes. We've had leaders spin off and get damage and drop to the back end of the grid. So what do you think is going to happen here today? Leave your predictions in the comments right now. We've still got 14 laps to go. We'll get to those comments, we'll read them out, and we'll see who's going to get it right. Mr. Sensation, what do you think we're going to see here on the podium tonight?
That's a good question. Well, flag in Sector 3, I don't know what that was. Well, by the way this is looking, it looked like it might be B-Tom Professional Maybe Sea Freeze might squeeze in there. Unless maybe he does some heavy defending to keep that position. But that's what I'm going to go with. It's B-Tom, Professional, and possibly Sea Freeze.
Okay, that's pretty good predictions there. I think Professional is going to win this race with B-Tom second, and yeah, maybe third. I think maybe he's going to stay where he is right now, but it's so hard to say. Again, these guys are very experienced, very quick. They are consistent. They don't usually get penalties or do anything silly, so this is going to be a pretty good finish to tonight's race. It looks like there was another penalty for just Jose. He just got a penalty of 3 seconds. So that's only the second penalty of the night, not so bad. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Somebody was going a little bit slow there.
I want to say it might be Bats Plus.
There's a three-way battle here between McChicken, HVAC Toaster, and Captain Blade. They're literally right at each other, side by side, into turn 1. What is going to happen here? It's going to be a little bit of shoving, a little bit of contact, and it's going to be McChicken who's going to get up into P12. Toaster's going to be 13th, and Captain Blade losing out on that battle. But he's going for another battle now with Toaster. Oh, that was very close to being dangerous, but he's going to stay where he is for now. Let's go back to the front here. Professional still keeping up with B-Tom, but about 0.6 of a second behind. He needs to close up that gap before they get into the DRS zone. He's really going to have to push for it. He only has 43% of his battery left.
I think anything is going to change right now, since got like maybe 1 or 2 positions changing as far as in the middle of the grid. But as we get closer to the end, do you think anything drastic might happen?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen very late incidents, very late safety cars, people all of a sudden throwing on some soft tires, going for it, creating absolute carnage into turn 1. Anything, literally anything could still happen in tonight's race. We've still got enough time as well. 11 laps to go. We've already had 2 safety cars, so we know they're pretty common on this track. And yeah, I mean, and other than that, there's a lot of close battling still going on. We have the front battle for the lead here for the top 3 positions. We have the mid-grid battle between Forzan, Cam, and Tebow. And then the back end of the grid for the last points on the grid there with Just Jose, Cali Rob, Captain Blade, McChicken, Toaster. Those guys, they're keeping pretty close to each other. And yeah, I mean, anything could still happen.
Oh yeah, definitely anything can happen. And to believe it or not, to be on these tires for this long and still have these close battles is actually a very amazing thing.
Camden Luca predicts a really good scenario here. I'm sure Seafreeze would like that. He says, B-Tom, Professional, and maybe all crash, and Seafreeze returns to glory. We would love to see that. Speedy Gunner has his own predictions. He's saying Taz in first, Professional in second, maybe in third. So, yeah, pretty much almost the same kind of stuff that we've been saying there. But yeah, keep your comments coming, guys. We've still got the live chat going right now. Send in some questions, some comments, some funny jokes, whatever you want to send us. Send it in. We will read it out. We will make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
Yep.
As our fans, of course, we love you guys so much. We appreciate your support. But again, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some more comments. Share the video out to other friends that you race with and that might be looking for league racing opportunities. Let them know that we still have some positions open in silver class. We have some spots open, I think, in platinum class. I think there might be 1 or 2. And there might be a position open in golden class as well. So wherever you're looking to race, we'll try our best to get you a spot. We also have spots available for reserve drivers and part-time drivers. So if you're not 100% sure that you can make all the races, or if you're not 100% sure about your pace, you just want to kind of give it a try and see if you fit, we can do that, and we can give you a reserve driver position. So yeah, there's lots of things. We're very friendly and open. So make sure you check out the links in the description of the video to our website, to our merch shop, to our affiliate sponsors, and to everything else that's in there. But for now, we are on lap 27 of 36. We still got a few more to go here. The battle at the front is still ongoing, and I just can't even take my eyes off of it because it's pretty exciting right now. The 007 Professional keeps on closing up.
Sector 2.
Oh, Sector 2 yellow. They're very brief one. I think that was McChicken, and he should be back on and going now.
Okay.
But this is where it's all at. Professional on B-Tom and maybe in third place. What are they going to be able to do? Who is it going to be in the top spot? Somebody else spun it through Sector 1. I think it's Forzan.
Forzan, yep.
It is Forzan, your pole sitter and leader for about half the race or so. Unfortunately, spins it once again in turn 3. That is the problem area that he's been having here tonight. And he's down to P10 now, trying to hold on to the last points position points paying position in tonight's race.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Sensation, you've had some time on the new game. You've had a chance to play on it a little bit. Anything you like, anything you don't like? What are your main kind of impressions with it?
Wow. Stanley has left. Okay. Well, so far, for what I experienced is, I don't know how often you do the lobbies, but I really don't like for a new player that's learning and you're in a unranked lobby, if the individual happens to spin out, they kind of reset your car in a position that doesn't give you a time to react, which is kind of really on the corner. So if you're fairly new, you're learning, I think that's not a nice spot to put an individual to learn it. Seemed like the performance on the cars, nobody really paid attention to, because when the game came out, everybody kind of like was so caught up on how they were just trying to get used to it, the feel of it, and then you just kind of like forgot about, was there a patch update, was there a day one, and then oh here it is, you know, performance, and it just changed the whole entire structure of the game. And that's why I said it felt like it did more harm than good. People like myself was wondering when I did a career mode that it would it felt a little bit harder than usual. Then they had to make the adjustment to kind of gauge it to it being its correct format, or you can adjust the sliders to it. But so far those are really my gripes about the game. I do like the improvements with the weather and, you know, the updates and stuff like that. And Forzan has retired from the session.
Yeah, Forzan went into the pits and decided that enough was enough here today.
That's it.
It is very honestly upsetting for me. I felt like Forzan finally had really good pace and really good form, and you know, the consistency.
Going too.
I thought he had the consistency, and we have a yellow flag all around, and we have another safety car.
Yeah, that's McChicken. He DNF'd.
He actually crashed out, though, through turn 1. You can see him there on the side of the track, crashed out at the moment. So, wow, if Forzan would have just waited for another half a lap, he would have had this chance for possibly redemption. And, yeah, under another safety car. This is absolutely incredible. We have people into the pits right now. Seafreeze, Ecos Verstappen, Cam, Tebow, Toaster, Cali Rob. All of them are going in to change over to the soft tires. Toaster unfortunately getting a penalty there for speeding into the pits. Let's see, B-Tom, Professional, and Mebi and Chatty Duck are the only 4 right now who have not pitted just yet because they haven't even made it to the pit lane. The safety car stopped in the middle of Sector 2, so yeah, I think it's just waiting for the leaders there. It was very close there for a moment to decide whether or not the top 3 are going to make it in front of the safety car or behind it, but I think luckily for them, they made it in front.
Yeah, that's...
And into the pits goes B-Tom. I think Professional and Mebi are going to follow. Yes, they do. Yeah. Chatty Duck is the next one who's going to come around. He's a far ways back, but he's still got a chance here. We have somebody stopped on track. Yeah. Oh, somebody crashed out. Captain Blade. Captain Blade crashed out.
No.
Yeah, he is sitting on the grid right now. His car is just chilling there with one wheel missing.
I can't see him because I'm looking at a pit lane.
Yeah, if you click on board with him, you'll see him sit. Oh, and he just got hit! He just got hit by Tebow! But he just got hit by Tebow, and Tebow is now out of the race too. You can see his Red Bull sitting on the track there. So 2 more cars are out under the safety car.
Oh man!
What in the hell just happened?
What was this? Is that a first?
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Okay.
That is absolutely unbelievable. Wow.
This is TCR pit line reporter. The AI car of Captain Blade came out and took out poor old Thibault. Apologies.
Wow. Oh my god. I think that might have happened once or twice before in the league's history, but it's just another thing to throw into this huge mess of tonight's race. I mean, the racing has been great when we've been racing, but we've had 3 safety cars now. We've had some little glitches here and there. We've had some weird instances, some big crashes, just everything you could possibly ask for in a season opener.
So is Captain Blade's car gone?
I think Captain... Yeah, it's still sitting there. It's kind of like stuck on track.
Yeah, because the safety car just passed by. Stop it.
Oh my god, I think that's also probably going to mean there's going to be a constant yellow flag in that ending portion of Sector 3. So people might not be able to overtake through there, which is not going to be really great. They're going to have to be really careful when they're getting restarted too.
Okay, Captain Blade is... I think he's gone.
His car is still showing on the track.
He retired from the session, though. Okay, I think he's gone.
There we go. Now he's gone. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. I have never seen something like that. A car being stuck on track and not being removed by the game, even after it's crashed and missing a wheel. So this is pretty crazy. Tebow unfortunately got taken out from the race. He was in P8 at the moment. So he could have scored some points in the Platinum class right after a podium in the Golden class. Unfortunately, he's going to have to wait for at least another week to try and score points in Platinum class. But we are going to have just a couple of laps. Safety cars coming in right now. And we're going to have a couple of laps of racing to finish off round 1 of Season 14 in Trinity Competitive Racing Platinum class. B-Tom leading the race. 007 Professional in second, Mebi in third, Seafreeze in fourth. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna be on that podium? B-Tom goes for it. Professional, Mebi and Seafreeze not close enough to make anything happen just yet into turn 1, or are they? Seafreeze going for the move? No! Seafreeze getting spun out by contact with Mebi, and Mebi also getting spun out there, and both of them dropping from podium positions down into P10 and P11 and rear end of the grid. B-Tom is now still in first, Professional up into P2, Ecos Verstappen into 3, and Cam up into P4.
Wow, look at that. The most exciting 3 laps.
This is a pretty crazy race here tonight. We've had, as I said, pretty much everything you can imagine. And then we also get a last couple of laps of drama here to watch. Seafreeze, unfortunately, spinning out. Very ambitious move there into turn 1, but he possibly could have waited to make that move on the next lap and not really risk it too much. He decided to go for it, and unfortunately both him and Mebby came out worse from it.
I'm surprised he actually made that move. I really wouldn't expect him to do that, like you said. Him known for his patience, and he just took a gamble, so, you know. Fortunate.
The 2 Mercedes drivers, Professional and Nico Verstappen, they're hunting down B-Tom. They have only 2 laps to do it. Which one of them is going to be on the top step here tonight after a very hectic race that we've watched for 35 laps? We have another spinner there, somebody going into the pits. I think that might be Mebby retiring from the race. And we are down to just 10 runners. Everybody is in the points here tonight. But which one of them is going to get the maximum points? This is going to be absolutely crazy. A lap and a half to go. And B-Tom and Professional cannot be separated by anything. Professional is sitting right on that rear wing. He is ready to pounce. He's just waiting for the best chance that he can find. Which one is it going to be? Where is he going to make that move? Is there going to be enough time? Lots of questions.
You don't get a DRS, do you?
I don't think they're going to get any DRS, not enough laps for this one, or they might have DRS for one last lap here. We're going to find out. Yes, they're going to have DRS for one last lap. This is going to be absolutely unbelievable. Is 007 going to have enough time and enough DRS to make the move? Enough ERS, enough battery. He's going to have to use everything he's got. He's using it now, but he goes a little bit wide there through turn 3, and that sets him back a little bit.
Yeah.
He's going to have one more chance, and that's going to be on the exit of Yunsao, on the exit of turn 12, and up that hill, up the pit climb, onto the start-finish straight. He gets a really good, he gets a really good exit there through turn, 6 and 7 and 8, and now he's right on that rear wing again. It's the last lap. It's the last few corners. Who's going to win this one?
Don't get the penalty. Smooth. He is smooth. This is his last shot right here. Going up the hill.
They're going for it. He's going to have the DRS. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think B-Tom is going to win the first round of Season 14 in TCR Platinum class. Professional in second place, Verstappen third. And it's a double podium for Mercedes and also the fastest lap for B-Tom, so the maximum 26 points for B-Tom, your defending Season 13 Platinum Class champion. Wow. What a race that was. If you did not enjoy that, I don't know what else you can enjoy.
Driver of the day is Chatty Duck. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a great race.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's the Red Bull of B-Tom, formerly known as Tasmanian Devil, a two-time Platinum Class champion, rising up to the occasion once more here tonight in the opening round of Season 14 in the Platinum Class of Trinity Competitive Racing, lifting up that trophy. But on both of his sides, that's going to be a team he's going to have to watch out for. The Mercs, the Mercedes drivers of the 007 Professional, and Ecos Verstappen. They were very close all throughout this race. They were very close right at the end when it all mattered, but they just needed 1 or 2 more laps to make B-Tom's life a little bit more difficult. But for tonight, B-Tom gets maximum points with the win and the fastest lap. Professional and Verstappen second and third. Cam in 4th place. What a great performance there from Cam. Good performance for Haas. Chatty Duck in 5th place after sliding an 18th on the grid. No wonder he got driver of the day. Cali Rubb in 6th. Just Jose in 7th. Batch Plus in 8th. Toaster in 9th. Seafreeze gets the last point of tonight's race. And then we had the DNFs of Mebby, Tebow, Captain Blade, McChicken, Forzan, Adakov, Sequit, Dreamsy, Stanley, and Flip Flop Fish. The one mentioned there of Forzan, of course, he was our pole sitter and was really bound to have a good race, possibly even a win. He was consistent, he was quick, but he unfortunately had some issues there. So all the glory goes to Red Bull here tonight and to Mercedes for a great team performance.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting and long season.
All right, folks. Well, that was quite interesting there. Give us a couple of moments as we invite our top 3 finishers into the podium conversations here. We're going to talk to the winner, B-Tom. We're also going to speak to who is that? Verstappen and Professional.
Yeah.
So just give me a couple of seconds here. While we're waiting, actually, Sequid, you did want to speak about some of the things and one of the incidents that you were involved in here tonight. So your thoughts about that, let us know.
I was brutally murdered at the apex of turn 3 by a McLaren. And I don't know what. All I know is I passed him with a sweet move. I iced him. I was icy with that move. I got into turn 1. I don't know if he was mad or something, but I already sent the footage in a group chat. He just straight up took me out. And Dreamsy apologized to me. Not the guy who punted me initially. Jose did. Dreamsy was the one who hit me and then took off my thing because he tried to avoid everybody else. But
right.
I don't know. I probably could have won the race. I should have not even qualified 17th. That's my problem right there. But yeah, I don't know. That's what happened. But hey, it is what it is.
And a quick question to you, Sequid, as well. You know, it's a brand new game. I actually haven't had a chance to really race with you on it or speak to you about it yet, but how do you like the new game? Anything that you like or dislike about it, and just your overall impressions?
I don't mind it because I don't spin a lot on heavy fuel. Like on qualifying, I spun 3 times today because the track was completely different from what I was practicing on. But the game itself, I enjoy. It's not too different of a handling model and feel, in my personal opinion. It just feels like GT7 per se, like when I race in GT3 cars and those. It's just the same feeling, a little bit heavier. They always have like a knack to them where you have to make sure you're always feathering the throttle. If you don't, you just spin constantly, and it's really annoying. But all in all, I think this is one of the better games Codemasters come out with in a long time.
Awesome to hear. Okay, Sequid, well, thank you so much for the insights throughout the race there, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
All right, well, let's jump into the podium finishers now. I think we've got all 3 of them in the chat with us here tonight. Let's start off with the 2 Mercedes drivers. In P3, it is Ecos Verstappen with a really nice drive here today. Pretty clean overall. I think you were one of the drivers that managed to kind of keep out of trouble and out of incidents. But tell us about it from your perspective. How was the race and kind of what led you up to the podium finish?
Talking to Pete. Okay, me. Okay, I wasn't sure who you're talking to first, but yeah, I mean, I felt like I completely bottled the crap out of that race, knowing I was in the fight for the lead from the beginning, and then the first safety car came, and there's I think it was an awkward bump in the pit lane for Brazil, and that freaking caught me out, and I spun the car on the bump. I was going so cautiously all the time I practiced, and then clattered the wall. So stupid mistake there. So yeah, I had to replace my wing, put the hard tire on, and kind of got my head down and got to work. So yeah, besides that, I felt like once I put the hard tires on and got my head down, I think the pace was honestly, it might have been best in the field without it. I felt like I had the best car under me tonight, and I completely bottled it. When I was looking at the deltas before, I had my late half spins. I had probably 2 or 3 tenths a lap consistently catching the leaders, so I was pretty downbeat. And then the safety car came out, and I wasn't gonna do anything on their safety car, but I used every set of tire in qualifying, so I had worn tires for those last couple of laps. So I couldn't really
Oh,
do anything. I
wow.
couldn't even really get close. Um, so uh, once I wasn't gonna make a move on Sea Freeze or Mebe, but Sea Freeze I guess just totally sent it there and made a massive colossal error. And took them both out. So yeah, free P3, P2 for us in the Mercedes, which is good. But yeah, just a pretty encouraging race overall. Not counting the two half spins on the hard tire, I think we had the best pace tonight. Just not the best execution. So
Mm.
that's all we have to improve on. I think we have a really good season ahead of us, and we're between me and professional, I think we got a good race car underneath us.
And you guys were the only class tonight that did not get rain in Brazil during the race. Are you personally happy about that, or would you have liked to see some rain?
Honestly, I'm not really sure because I did like maybe a handful of laps in the rain, but not at Brazil. Just like before, this was before the patch. So even when I drove the rain, though, it was very encouraging, the feeling I got out of the rain. So maybe I wouldn't have minded it, but I would not have been prepared whatsoever.
Mr. Sensation, any questions for Ecos Verstappen?
Okay, yeah, I have the one question. You said that you had worn out your tires during qualify?
Yeah, so you get 4 sets of tires in qualifying, and you
Right.
usually get one extra set to use in the race.
Okay.
So I used all 4 sets of my tires in qualifying, and that meant the one set that you get to use in the race gets it's just when it's a used tire, so it's a scrub set.
Right.
So I had about 7 or 8% wear, maybe 10. I don't know how much wear I had on that tire, but it was enough to be about 4 tenths off, maybe 5 tenths off right from the get go.
Okay, so did that, because there's no formation lap, did that kind of scared you going into the first corner at the start of the race? Because you're basically on a cold tire.
Oh, no, turn one was just it's just cold tires. I mean, it's so unfortunate, but I mean, we have to put up with this silly bug that Codemasters have put in.
Right. Hmm.
So yes, kind of have to make do with what you have, and it's kind of just a random. You don't know what's going to happen. You're going to get decent traction, or just going to light up the tires. So it's really one of those things that you have to practice. And pretty sounds pretty ironic, but you're gonna have to practice launching on cold tire. So
Yeah. Okay.
All right, perfect. Well, congratulations on P3 finish here tonight. Good luck for the rest of the season.
thank you.
And moving over to your teammate, 007 Professional. Good race. I feel like you could have possibly done a little bit better in qualifying, but you have a really great race pace and you managed to get your way or make your way around all the incidents and the trouble that was going on here tonight. So, how was the race from your perspective? Tell us all about it.
Well, um, can't say I'm too happy with P2, considering the really good race pace, especially the last half of the race. The car just came alive on the hard tire. Qualifying, that was really the maximum I could do. I had about another just under a tenth that I lost on the final sector of my last run. Only did 3 runs in quali because I really wanted to save the soft tire for a possible late safety car, which did happen. And when that late safety car did come out, I was hoping that Taz had used all 4 sets of softs in qualifying. His pace didn't really seem to, I guess, exhibit that. So, yeah, after the safety car came out, I felt like I mean, I tried everything I could, but yeah, he's extremely quick on fresh softs, just able to ring the car around the corners, and I wasn't able to do that. I think he was running slightly less, or I think more downforce, actually, which is going to help on the fresh softs. But yeah, I thought the race was really good. The start was just fine. Shame the safety car came out on lap 1, turn 1. And the first stint on the mediums, I did not have really great pace. I was losing to Forzan, Taz, and Verstappen. So just try to manage my tires and trying to keep Adakov on the hards behind me. And yeah, once that safety car came in, or the second one, I think it was, put on the hard tires, and I knew I had the pace, and I easily probably could have passed him early on, but I knew that it would just be a battle between, like a DRS kind of battle, and I wanted to wait a bit later in the race, and I could see his tires kind of going off. around like lap 20s ish, and I could see himself sliding and just not hitting apexes and just losing some time. And I was just trying to gauge it right. I was probably going to send it and just dump all the ERS on probably the next lap, like lap 31 or 32, and then just try to pull away because I knew his tires were shot by then. Unfortunately, the safety car came out at the wrong time. So, yeah. Encouraging race pace for myself and my teammate. I think we got a really good car under us, and if this is anything to go by for the season, I think it's going to be extremely close. And I don't think Taz is running away with it this season.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Mr. Sensation, any questions for the other Mercedes driver in P2 tonight?
Yeah. Well, now that you got Brazil behind you now, what's the game plan moving forward? I think the next race is Japan, is it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, Japan, and then I think Australia. I'm looking forward to it. Brazil is probably my weakest track on the calendar for TCR Season 14. Maybe one other track is a bit weaker, like I can't think of it, but yeah, Singapore. But this is one of my weaker tracks, so if I'm able to keep pace and have better race pace later in the race, then yeah, we'll see what happens in Japan and further in the season. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again to yourself and the Mercedes team. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
All right, and let's move over now to our winner and the defending Platinum Class champion, B-Tom, otherwise known as Tasmanian Devil. Welcome and congratulations. It's a win in the opening round of this new season, as you're coming off a championship in the last season as well. How encouraging is that? How do you feel after getting a win in your first round, and kind of what are your goals for the season overall?
Honestly, I don't really feel particularly happy or upset. I knew coming into this one, and I know coming into the first couple rounds, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for me because those are generally my weakest tracks on the game. But obviously, I'm pretty satisfied with finishing first, even though I don't really think I had the outright pace. I just tried to keep it clean, and I guess luckily for me, Forza ended up, making a mistake in turns 2 and 3, and I think Adakov, or I don't really know how to pronounce his name, he kind of made a mistake on the start and got past Silent, which I think ultimately made my race. But yeah, I think there's a lot of work to do because I was struggling massively.
Wow, that's interesting to hear from yourself there. So yeah, coming up, we've got Japan and Australia. How are you feeling about those tracks, and how are you going to try and improve ahead of that?
Honestly, it's going to be tough because I move out tomorrow, and then from that point onwards, I'm basically only going to be home on Thursdays. So yeah, I don't know. I think I have to really wrap my head around setups in this game because pretty much throughout the entire qualifying session and the race, I was just struggling with understeer, turning into snap oversteer. So I just couldn't get the car rotated into the corners, and then I couldn't put the power down because the car would just snap on me. I don't know if you guys saw, but there were a couple times where I nearly lost it in the penultimate corner. So yeah, it was a tough race, but I don't know. I guess I'll be watching some setup guides on YouTube, and hopefully those end up being of use to me.
I'm just saying, I had the perfect
Sensation?
view of your
Sorry.
kind of losing the back end on the last corner. It was first row seats.
Yeah, it's a major Code Brown moment.
Yeah, I got some of that too.
Wait,
Sensation,
was it the
did
last
you have
corner?
any questions?
Well, since he just mentioned the setups and everything, and going into a place where the understeer and counter oversteer, you're going to be going to Japan, so maybe, you might be lucky it's in dry conditions, but, if it becomes a wet weather race, you might have a lot of work to do.
I think the wet might actually help me a bit, just because, I don't know, I feel a little bit more comfortable in the wet, and in a way there's always more opportunities in the wet, especially on this game. I kind of talked about it when I was doing commentary with Camden Luca for the Golden Class race, and it's I don't know, I think it's very easy to make a mistake, and I'm generally one of the people who don't make as many mistakes. So yeah, I don't know. So if it does rain in future races, I wouldn't mind it too much, but the main priority right now is just to figure out setups and get the car to behave a bit more to my liking.
Okay.
All right. Well, B-Tom, congratulations on another win to your name. This is win number 17 to add to your tally in the Platinum class. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is pretty much it here tonight. And for the first week of Season 14 in TCR, we had 3 very exciting races at Brazil, 2 wet races, and 1 very dry race today with a lot of incidents, a lot of overtaking, and half the grid retiring from the race. So if you guys have missed out on it, rewind, rewatch, replay. It's going to be one hell of a race for you guys. But if you guys have been watching, I want to send out a huge shout out to all of you guys. Huge thank you. And a massive thank you to my co-commentator, Mr. Sensation. Thank you again for joining me and brightening up the stream.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to do what I can.
Awesome. Well, I hope to see you in the booth here throughout the season. I also hope to see all of you guys who've been watching us here tonight. Make sure, again, you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some comments. Share the video out. Check out the links in the description of the video to our website if you want to race with us. Also, we have our TCR merch available for purchase now. The link is in the description as well. And also check out our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. If you're looking to get some of their equipment, make sure you use our link to provide some additional support to the league. Again, we really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you join us next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as usual, at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be racing at the Suzuka International Circuit in Japan. It's going to be one hell of a race there. I'm super excited for it. I personally love racing at Suzuka. So definitely make sure to join Tuesday for Silver Class, Wednesday for Golden, and Platinum Class will be back again next Thursday. So from Blind Machine, from Mrs. Sensation, from all the Platinum drivers here, massive thank you for watching, and we will see you very soon. Have a great night.